And now we're going to move on to the final top of the podcast. We're talking Jaylon Smith. And the reason why we're talking Jaylon Smith is because news came out today, yesterday, kind of early this week, I'll say, that the linebacker for Notre Dame, who suffered a torn ACL and LCL in his left knee on the January 1st Fiesta Bowl game against Ohio State, is most likely, he's out for the 2016 season. He ain't playing this year. However, after the weekend medical rechecks, there are teams that are unsure if he'll ever play again or when he'll ever play again. And for me, I'm going to be honest, I went more on the side of, and I'm like you, Mark. I hate giving away my mock draft, but with a pick in the third round, I'm going to give it to you guys. I've got Jaylon Smith going third round, and this may be, don't kill me, the fan base of this team, but it's 72 overall. The Bears saying, I mean, if Jaylon Smith is going to be done, then the Bears don't make that pick. But I think the Bears can go, like they did it with the Kevin White and said, you know what, we lost him for a year, but you guys are getting him back. If Jaylon Smith can come back next year, or maybe the year after, then it's like, okay, let's take a stab on this guy, get us an outside presence, and it'd be great because Notre Dame is basically the college football team for Chicago.
Unfortunately, I'm not a Notre Dame fan.
Oh, me neither. I hate Notre Dame.
You know, actually, I did learn recently that, like, the amount of students that University of Iowa, gets from Illinois is insane.
Oh, it is.
It's huge. To where the point where you could make the argument, what is our school here in Chicago, in Illinois? University of Iowa, the Hawkeyes.
Well, it's the same thing on, I know, a lower level, but the kids that can't get into Iowa, where do they go? St. Ambrose.
Yeah.
They want to go to Iowa, they go to St. Ambrose.
So I look at this, I look at a player like this, and I think he's got upside to him. Mm-hmm. You know, unfortunately, the injuries happen, and it is a risk. But if a guy of that talent, if you can get him in round 3, that's incredible. If he plays.
And I mean, Todd McShay, in his 3-round, his grade A mock draft, had him going third round to the Saints. And to me, I was like, you know what? The Bears are just that team that I'm like, fucking take it. Just you know what? Just take it. At the third round, the third round is the players where it's like, okay, you know what? Are they really going to start? You know what? We're just going to take them. You wasted a first-round pick on a guy who didn't play all of last year. And I say waste, not in the sense of that he's never going to play, just that you're basically getting that pick. You can put, the Bears have already made a pick this year in the first round, and it was Kevin White.
Essentially, yeah. You also got to look at the teams that have a lot of picks. The San Francisco 49ers, the New England Patriots, the Cleveland Browns, Denver Broncos, Detroit Lions. These teams all have double-digit picks, essentially. So that's great. I mean, any of these teams can afford to, quote-unquote, waste, risk, whatever it is you want to say, one of these picks on a guy who might play, might not play. So I think those are the teams that might do it. A San Francisco 49ers will give it a shot.
I even say, fuck it, the New England Patriots.
Yeah,
why not? They did it with Marcus Lattimore.
Yeah. You got all the picks. You might as well use them on something that could work out. And it's exactly like the Lattimore situation where it's just, hey, if it works, great. If it's not, whatever. We still made 10 picks. You know, we still made 11 picks, whatever it might be. So why not? Just go for it. And he would be a great player in 2 years.
And I was wrong. I was thinking it's the 49ers. You're right. The 49ers took Lattimore.
It would be
in 2013.
A great player to have in 2 years if he plays. And if he doesn't, then whatever. It's not missed out on much.
Here's the thing I'm going to ask, and this is more of an ethical to the mock draft side. Todd McShay did his, and I know Todd McShay did his grade A before we found out that, hey, Jaylon Smith ain't going to play this year. Put him in the third round. Mel Kiper, who just came out with his, I want to say today, was when he came out with his grade A mock draft. He put in the beginning, he's like, Jaylon Smith, he ain't going to play this year. They don't know when he's going to play. I'm letting you guys know now, he ain't in this mock draft.
Yeah.
If you're coming up with a mock draft, let's say you were doing what I did, 3-rounder. Would you put Jaylon Smith in the 3rd round in any other rounds, or you'd say, fuck it, we don't know anything, I'm going to wait until the draft to see what's happening?
I'd put him in. I mean, why? It's a mock draft. It's not like it matters. It's not like it means anything. They're just the thoughts of what teams might grab certain players. So why not throw him in there? Because if you're going to draft this guy, it's round 3 or 4. So it makes sense
Or
that he
later.
would be in a 3rd round. I think 3 or 4.
Man, talk about
you take a risk.
Talk about a faller, though. I mean, this could be the guy that's like, and the thing about, I say the 3rd round is magical for this, because if he does come back and you drafted him in the 3rd round, you're getting a guy that originally people were talking between 15 and 20, some even in 10 to 15 range. Yeah. You're getting that kind of a player in the 3rd round.
I mean, I remember people as a Chicago Bears fan were saying that he would go to the Chicago Bears at pick number 11. That was the original mock drafts were saying that. So yeah, it would be a huge steal. It would be a great thing to get, and you might have to wait a couple of years for it to happen. But I honestly, now if you're the Atlanta Falcons, if you're the New York Jets, the Giants, you don't have a lot of picks. You don't want to make this.
But if
you don't want to risk it.
If you're the Titans that have a ton of picks,
Titans got as many picks as possible. So yeah, go for it. Give it a shot. You got nothing to lose.
I take this guy. I think that I don't know whether or not he's necessarily going to play, but what worries me is, and Lattimore's the perfect situation. Does he turn in to Marcus Lattimore, being like, oh man, this guy's going to be a beast in a couple of years, and then, oh, well, he ain't playing.
Yeah. And it's possible.
Lattimore's injury was his leg just got destroyed by a helmet. This is just an ACL, LCL tear, and I know it's worse because he tore both of them, but guys have come back from ACL injuries. But it's because of it's 2 of them. That's the big deal.
Yeah, it'll be tough. It's definitely going to be difficult to come back for, and a lot of teams might not even give him the shot. A lot of teams, I mean, this guy could potentially go undrafted. If someone's saying, hey, this year's not going to happen, next year's probably not going to happen, I hope he got a degree while he was in college. I hope he didn't come out early, because you're going to need it in that case, because no one's going to draft you if it's going to be 2 years.
And I looked back to my 1.0, and of course this was when the draft order wasn't 100% set.
What it is now, for sure.
I had him going number 12 to the New Orleans Saints. That's where I had him. I had him as the 12th overall pick in the draft. And I'm looking at yours, Mark, right now to see where you had him. You had him 17th to the Falcons. And this was our first one.
Yeah.
The one way back when. You had him 17th to the Falcons. I had him 12th. 12th to the Saints.
Mm-hmm. Long, long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away.
And a lot has changed.
But that's going to do it for the Onside Kick this week. I want you guys to go down below and comment. If you're listening on SoundCloud, comment on anything that we talked about in this podcast. If you're listening on YouTube, let us know what you think of Jaylon Smith. Is he going to play? Should a team draft him? If you're on SoundCloud, hit that heart, repost, follow button. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe, baby. If you loved it, you got to hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on Twitter. I'm at Ricky Widmer. Mark is at the with 2 E's, Mark Weber. Most Valuable Podcast is at Most Valuable Pod. You can also find us on Snapchat using the same name, Most Valuable Pod. Sean, our social media guy, is doing a bang-up job running all of our sites. I want to thank you guys for checking out this podcast. We will talk to you guys next week. But as always, have a good day, everybody.
Thank you for listening to this MVP podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Most Valuable Pod for more great podcasts.